Hey guys, we're up to 6.5, my example 5. So let's get to the rectangular graph first for these odd frequency rose curves. So this would be y equals, no, double check, 4 sine 3 theta. It's a frequency of 3. And so if I make this my maximum of 4 here, and negative 4, so my graph will be a little bit more manageable. I should expect to see 3 full curves. So I'm gonna just have four sections 3 times. So there's 4 sections there, 4 sections there, 4 sections there. Each one has a sine curve. You guys get the idea. Normally, if this was a regular 4 sine theta, you would see everything at these intervals: pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, right, at these spots. But remember, this is a horizontal shrink by 3. So all of these intervals would just be over 3 because we've shrunk it by 3. And so that's a neat little way to get your sort of in-between asymptotes. And let's do that here. Let's see, pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, just pi because 3 pi over 3 is pi, 4 pi over 3, and we'll end up getting more after. Symmetry is going to be over y-axis, because this is sine. Angle in between the petal tips, well, it'd be 2 pi divided by 3, right? Or 365 by 3, that's 120 degrees. Number of petals, again, because it's odd, we're going to see 3 petals. We're going to see half the number of what we see from the rectangular, because in the rectangular I see 6 potential petals, but we're only going to see 3 because a bunch of them will overlap. Maximum petal length, in this case 4. So let's go ahead and put those asymptotes in. Pi over 3 going through the origin. 2 pi over 3 going through the origin. Pi. And 4 pi over 3, obviously, that's already marked. So let's sketch this. Now, we can look at a rectangular graph and figure out that, well, that's pi over 6, because, well, if over here is pi over 3, then that's half, so it's pi over 6. But there's no need to do further calculation, because when you look at the graph, you know the petal is going to be right in between from here to here, right? From 0 to pi over 3 is the first section where you go out to the max and back to the pole, right? So out to the max and back to the pole. And so it's going to be drawn there. That's your A. And as you can see, the way this thing is going to be drawn, it's going to go, instead of going up to pi over 2, it's going to go to 3 pi over 2 because you're negative there. So away from the pole in the negative direction and back to the pole. And then in this section over here, right? This is right in the middle. So it would be 4 units away. Whoops, switch to a pen. 4 units away is over here. So away from the pole, back to the pole. And this thing will continue to draw, but the thing is, it'll continue to draw and overlap itself where there was already a pedal. So that's your graph, and that's it.